In this training, we're going to talk about heart walls, what they are, how to find them, and what to do with them. So we're going to talk first about what a heart wall is. What a heart wall is when you've gone through something traumatic or hard, your heart puts a wall up so it never has to feel that or experience that. It's like a form of protection. And the irony of that is when it puts a wall up, whatever hurt you felt doesn't get to be let go. It doesn't get to be released. It doesn't get to be felt. It gets trapped inside, and it's just being buried by this wall. So the wall essentially is a defense mechanism. When you've gone through something stressful, something hurtful, something traumatic, your heart wants to protect you and it wants to build a wall. So that's what we're talking about. So a lot of times if you are going through something and you clear it and you don't feel like it's quite gone, it could be because it was so hard with whatever you felt around that your body had created, in your mind had created a wall around it as a protection, a shield, something so it never gets hurt again. And so we need to figure those out. So when you're going through your clearing, what you can do is ask, if something feels sticky or not being able to move through it, is there a heart wall around this? And you'd get a yes or no. Obviously strong, or you sway forward with a yes or sway back with a no, or strong answer for yes or a weak answer for no. So when you get a yes to this, you're going to ask, is there anything more I need to know around this heart wall? If the answer is no, then you simply take the heart wall through the script. And you can simply say something happened today to cause me to feel a heart wall. You don't need to say anything more than that. You could say what it's connected to if you want to. Maybe if we're saying a heart wall that's connected to anger, or a heart wall that connects to when I was 5 years old, or whatever it might be, you can add that detail if you'd like to. Again, your body and your spirit and your subconscious is very knowledgeable and it knows everything. So it is going to understand when you say a heart wall, but you can connect it if that feels like the right thing for you to do back to what that heart wall is connected to. Now, when you go to replace it with the positive opposites, I like to say open-heartedness, open-mindedness, and you can say unconditional forgiveness, unconditional love. You can say whatever you want there, but I just add in something where it's open-hearted and open-minded so you can move forward in your processing. So if that's all the information you need, you go through, you finish that, and you can even ask, am I clear of this heart wall? And if the answer is yes, you're great. If the answer is no, there's maybe more information that you still need to know around that. Maybe there's layers to it. So for example, if you say, is there anything more I need to know around this heart wall? And then the answer is yes, then you would ask more questions. You can ask, is there layers to this? And if it's a yes, you can ask how many layers. We already know how to do that. You start with 5 and you go up and down. And depending on if you get a strong answer on 5, you keep going up. If you get a weak answer, you go down until you get a strong answer. So that's how you can figure out the different layers. And you do that through the script the same way you did with just a normal heart wall. You would say a heart wall with 5 layers. And so it's very simple, not very complicated. Now, sometimes you might need to know what the heart wall is made out of. Why? It's just because sometimes your subconscious brain creates a barrier and it identifies it with a material. And sometimes your brain needs you to know what that is so you can let go of it and like bring it down. Now, you don't need to know that all the time, but if the answer is yes, you just go through whatever material first pops in your head. It's usually what the material is going to be. So it could be wood, it could be steel, it could be brick. You're just allowing yourself to discover what your subconscious needs you to know so you can process and heal. Whatever it is, again, you would just take that heart wall made out of brick through the script. It doesn't have to be complicated. Now, sometimes, oddly enough, you need to know how long, big, wide the heart wall is. And so you can go and ask questions like that. Again, this is just information maybe your subconscious needs to know. You don't always need to know all this information. It can be so simple, like you just need to recognize that there is a protective wall around your heart, and that's it. So you're going to ask questions to figure out what you need to know. Once you have the permission and you have all the information, you just take it through the script, and it allows your body to relax and let go of that heart wall so you can have more information flow and you can have greater healing. And that's simply what it is. A heart wall is just a protective barrier from an experience we had or pain that we felt. And then you just have to ask questions and ask permission. And as you get the answers, you just take it through the script like we do the other things. So if you have any questions around this, feel free to ask it in the group video chat that we will be doing. And you can also ask me questions, and you have the ability to practice this now and be able to explore it and see how that goes. But just remember to always give yourself compassion and understanding. And sometimes all you need to give your spirit is the permission to feel. And sometimes those walls will come down. But if you have any further questions, let me know. But I look forward to you guys experiencing and learning how to use the heart wall.